Hey, you guys. Today is the Just Our Imagination Challenge hosted by me, Kathyjodiys, and my beautiful best friend Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. Last month's winner is Mary from the Painted Peach. Now, we pick a winner every month, and last month her little item won. It was so cute. And it's an open challenge that anybody can join. We have 3 challenge items, and this month we got sink mat or bath mat, and you know, the mat that goes inside the tub. I'm sorry. I know, right? A book and dowel rods. So let's see what everybody makes, y'all. And this is always so much fun. This is what Mary made last month with flip-flops. She turned it into a butterfly. It was so cute, you guys. Flip-flops. I'm telling you, you just can't even imagine what these girls come up with. It's amazing. Okay, y'all. Right here, I'm going to start with a piece of a poo noodle. And I have all the lengths and all that stuff here in a little bit, but I think I cut that at 4.5 inches. And then I got the material from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love that. It's so pretty. And I'm just measuring it here because one side was like 21 inches and the other side was like 19 or something. I don't even know. I'm going to use the side that's got 21 inches. And I'm going to cut it, like that. And then I'm going to fold it in half. Yep, 21-inch side. And I cut it at 7 3/4 inch. Don't ask me why. I would go ahead and do like 7 inches. Forget the 3/4. But anyway, and right here, okay, I went up 4 inches to start with. Yep, there you go. And it's easy to cut because you got the lines. And I marked it like, yeah. And then after I cut, I'm going to line it up and just take my pencil and draw the rest of the way up. Y'all will see why. You guys, I love this thing. Oh my goodness, I love this thing. And then I measure down an inch. Can y'all believe I'm using this tape measure and actually doing pretty decent this time with the measuring the numbers. And then I'm going to go at an angle. Like I'm going to start from that corner there and go on my line, my inch line, and then, do this. And then go down 1.5 inches. The first one I messed up, but no, the second one I messed up. But I'm going to mark down there, that's 1.5 inches, and I'm going to do that same, like, pattern there. You see? Yeah, I just make that one wider. And then I'm going to cut it out. I know, and I'm going to leave that big old opening there at the top, too. And, of course, you guys, you'll see why. And in the beginning, I started using a baking fabric tack glue, but it just took too long to dry. I just don't have, and it dries really quick because I did go upstairs and eat like an hour, and I came back down, and it was done. It was completely dry. And when it dries, I just turned it inside out, outside in. No, inside out, whatever. And then, I'm still turning it. And then I'm going to I want it to be snug, and it fits right over my pool noodle, you guys. I cannot believe it. Oh, no. And there it is, 4 inches wide, 8 inches long. The arms was 1/2 inch. Anyway, I got a pair of old jeans here. I don't wear them anymore because they're very holy. And, too high, the whole one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, and I cut down, I didn't see how much, but, and then I'm going to put my little body in there, and I'm going to take a permanent marker, which I wouldn't suggest doing this. If y'all have anything else, please use that. And I'm going to start drawing a pair of bibbed overalls. Now, I started off kind of thin, and I ended up going, excuse me, a lot wider because I didn't trust myself, and I didn't know if I would mess this up, and I didn't want to. So, I just tack it back later. But when I take my pool noodle out, I'm going to cut that one and then fold it in half, and I'm going to cut everything else that way. Cut the other piece, and then I'm going to go, and cut my little piece out in the middle, and then up the legs. There we go. And I think, I put it back in there to see how far to cut up. But anyway, right here, I was, like I said, going to continue using the Big and Fabric Tack Glue. And basically, I'm taking it and just rolling that material, just rolling it over. Not even really folding it. because I just, like I said, I didn't want to lose any material. I know I'm just talking crazy right now. So, and I cut out a little piece of a triangle, and I glued it right there in the, I don't know what to call that without a sense, the crotch. I mean, and then I flipped the little piece of the triangle up because I just don't want that to rip. And I was too lazy to take a piece of thread and, yeah, tack it. Anyway, and here I have a 3-inch styrofoam ball, and I just put it in some burlap, and I'm like, well, there you go. That looks good. And I'm going to wrap it up, excuse me, because this is going to be his little head. And I'm going to take and put 2 rubber bands on it, and I put it as tight as I can. I mean, extremely tight, but even if they broke, they're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to pull it really tight. And you gotta smooth out an area to where you can make a face. I'm so sorry, you guys. So I just moved the material around. I've literally gotten no sleep. I've lost 2 cousins in a little over a week's time. I had an awful fight with my parents, and I hate it, and I feel so bad. But it's just been a bad week. Anyway, y'all seen what I was doing. So here I'm going to start drawing the face. And I make a little like upside down triangle for it's the nose. And then I do like a squiggly mouth. And I'm just doing it with a pencil to make sure I like it. And then I go with a Sharpie. And I don't know why I did that, because Trina sent me some fabric markers. I totally forgot Trina. And I was like, oh my goodness. But too late. I did that. And I'm just going to go over it with a Sharpie. Excuse me. And, yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Anyway, and here I'm going to cover in this little, color in little eyes. And I take a blue acrylic marker there. But I did go over with those paint markers later and his eyes. And it was like, dude. But I ended up taking white paint and painting the whites of his eyes, because that just wasn't showing up bright enough for me. And I put little dots in his eyes. And here I'm just going to tack all the way around the overalls. If someone's new to my channel in the beginning, they're just going to be like, that's it. I'm done. I'll see you later. But y'all, if you're new, just be patient. I'm going somewhere with this. And I cut out a little piece for his pocket. And then down here, after I glued the 2 sides together, I'm going to cut this at an angle so it'll fold up easier. And you won't have like no bulkiness, you know, when you're trying to glue it down. And I'm just using hot glue from here on out, you guys, except on one thing later, and it's because Jesse accidentally turned off my glue guns. But, you know, this is how the cookie crumbles. So I'm just going to glue my pocket on there, and I made it, like, oversized. Really, really oversized. Look at those overalls, those pants, how big. And then I'm just going to take hot glue, and I'm going to glue my little pocket on. Yep, that's simple. And then I'm trying to slow down for you guys, and it's really hard for me. But I take this felt tip marker, and where the threads were white, I was like, I'm just going to color them with my marker. And that's what I did, because I was going to have to, you know, draw little black threads. And then I'm going to cut me out a little patch here. I know I burnt myself like 2 million times in this video. And then I'm going to go around and make little stitch marks around the little patch. It's so cute. And then that's why, one of the reasons you keep the legs undone. I originally ran a wire through the arms, but that wasn't going to work for me. So, but it's just helping me now figure out what to do here. And this is where I tack it down to see, okay, is this going to be better? And then I work a little bit, and then I end up hemming it completely all the way up the side. But I did fold it in and tack it, because see how that's on this side poked out there? It looks like clown pants. Yeah, I didn't want clown pants. I wanted scarecrow pants, you know, if there's such a thing. But anyway, well, scarecrow overalls. Yeah. Okay. Now here I'm taking and cutting out another piece of fabric, and then I'm going to hot glue. And it doesn't matter like size here. What matters is like, okay, I made a hat and I lost the footage. Okay. After I get my fabric, I glued it to another piece, and I'm going to take that. That is a round that I got from Michael's. They sell those for 99 cents. And I'm just going to trace it and cut it out. And then, oh, and there's where I use the Beacon Fabric Tack Glue again. But And then I'm going to take this little glass, like, votive thing, and I'm going to trace it because I set that on his head and it fit like perfect. And now I'm going to take some raffia, and I like to tear my raffia, rip it to make it smaller so it's not big, thick chunks. I just think when it's smaller, it looks better. And I'm going to start hot gluing it to the side of his head. I didn't glue it on top of his head because I wanted my hat to sit flush, and I didn't know with all that raffia and hot glue, but I knew it was going to cover up that baldness. But it kind of looks like Dwight Yoakam right there. But then after I get the hat on, it looks like Kurt Cobain's hair. Anyway, whatever. I know, I'm crazy. So, and see my little hat, and there I'm hot gluing that extra material on. But I just took cardstock and made it a little like triangle like you do the Christmas tree. I just wrapped it, with the jean material. And then I cut another piece of jean material in a circle. Then I cut the center out of it and slid it down over the hat. And that's how I made the hat, you guys. It was really simple. And those dowel rods I get from Walmart, they're like $2 for 3 of them. And this is just pieces that I'd cut off. These are 1.5 inches long. And I decided to put I don't know why, put those down in his sleeve to make shoulders to hold my pants up. And then I'm going to take Aleene's tacky glue and hot glue, and I'm going to shove my plunger handle up in my pool noodle. My goodness, that sounds so mental. If someone was just listening to this and not seeing it and having no clue what I'm doing, they'd be like, what? But then I glue them all even with the top of my pool noodle. See? The 2 little dowel rods and the plunger handle. Yeah. And then I'm just going to hot glue that shirt shut. That's why I left that wide and left so much extra material. So I can fold it up on the bottom and fold it on the top. And then here I had to cut my overalls loose and redo them this way because, of course, they were way too long. And I just hot glued them up on his shoulders, one over the other. Yep. Of course, I glued the back ones down first and put the front ones over the back. But anyway, here I'm taking a vegan fabric tack glue, and on my head, I separated all that burlap till I could see the styrofoam ball. And I put a ton of hot glue on it, a ton. And with that vegan fabric tack glue, and I did it like this so I could just shove it down real hard and hold it. Now, you could drill a hole in top of your plunger handle and put a skewer in it and then run that up through his head. But I'm telling you, his head's not going anywhere because I keep adding glue to this thing throughout the rest of making him. But I'm just taking extra fabric that was left over or anything I found. Raffia, it didn't matter. And I'm shoving it up in his arm. And I do that for the other arm and the legs. But see, just extra material. Shove it up in there or try to. But, oh, well. Until I get it how I like. And then I cut that from being an angle. And then I take this piece, and and I'm going to take raffia, and I bend it, and cut it, and I bend it, and I cut it until I get how much I like. I know, I don't know how to tell you. That's the only way I know. And then I'm going to take, and I bend it again, and cut it down some. And then I'm going to hot glue it to that fabric there, that little piece of fabric. I know, you guys, I do things weird. But I forgot completely about this challenge until yesterday, actually last night, like 8:30. And I had to get this stuff done. So it's just been, yeah. So, and then I'm lying. The scarecrow was already done. It's everything else is just like, oh no. And I hot glue it and then I shove it up in there. And the reason I use that fabric is because, it matches the shirt. And if something was hanging out, I wouldn't want you to be able to tell. I did the same thing with the jean, I believe. No, I used black. I'm sorry. I used black material. There we go. You could use polyfill, anything you want. See, I glued his head more right there. And then I did it again in the back. See, then I'm doing it some more. I'm telling you, his head's not coming off. Anyway. And then here is where I'm going to glue like the crotch, and I just put some hot glue there, and I push it down real tight around my plunger handle. Yep. And then I start gluing. You guys, it kicked me out again. I don't know why it's doing that. They changed stuff with my editing software, and it's a mess now. So, yeah, then, yeah, I'm just going to continue gluing his pants legs together. And the reason I hemmed it, because I thought it just looked better than not just raw jean material sticking out. But if you wanted him to be real hobo-y, yeah, you could leave it alone and then, like, tear it, fringe it out. Anyway, I added a couple patches, so I just only showed you the one. And then, after I get the legs glued together, I go up and do near his buttocks. But, yep, here we go. See, just showing you that's what I did. Same thing I did with the arms, just, yep. And then here, I'm going to glue 2 little buttons on his overalls. And then I folded a little piece of that material and stuck it in his little jean pocket. And here, I couldn't find our fastener bits. We had them, I couldn't find them, but I was going to use them. So I ended up using that paddle bit. And then I don't know what happened. My camera, I shut it off or something. Who knows? Someone may have called and knocked me out. You know, things like that happen. But I drilled a hole in it. And then I'm going to take wood glue. And I didn't go all the way through. And I'm going to stick my plunger down in there. And then after that dries, I'm going to take my home decor wood tint, folk art, and I'm going to Mr. Miyagi it, you know, wax on, wax off. And then I'm going to, I hot glue his hat on already. And then I'm going to take, it kicked me out again. These mini mums from the Dollar Tree. I take 2 of them, and I'm going to hot glue them to his hat. I know you can't see, but if y'all could see, I couldn't see, and they would have been wonky, you know. So, yep. And then I took a piece of jute and I tied his hands together. That's all I did. You won't be able to see it with the flowers. And I gave him 4 little sunflowers to hold. Those come from Dollar Tree. And that tray I built like 2-3 years ago. I don't even know when. And I put him down in there, and I'm putting down with 2 of those little bales of hay from Dollar Tree. But I put a bunch of different leaves and some corn and pumpkin and a little mushroom. Oh, I put a few pumpkins. A little gourd, I think. But anyway, you guys, look, it's so cute. Oh, my goodness. I just love him. Oh, my goodness. Ah, look at him. I think it's so cute. I hope y'all like it, too. I know he's not as cute as does the gingerbread angel, but come on now. He's pretty cute. Anyway. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to take 3 of those signs from the Dollar Tree, you guys, and I'm going to tape them together. And just keep up with me here, because this seems a little bit nuts, but I tape it all the way across, and then da-da-da. And then we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to take Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm going to run it up the cracks of each of the signs. I put entirely too much, so I'm just going to wipe it off there. And then we're going to tape that side of the sign. I also put Aleene's tacky glue in those hanger holes too. And these are the ones that's, I'm like, really, And then we're going to flip it back around and take the tape off that we originally put on it. I know, right? This is how I glue my boards together. And then I'm going to sand it down really well. And then I'm going to take lightweight spackle and put it in the rest, what little bits left of the hole, you know. And then here I clamped them together because they were separating there because the board was warped in the middle. And I was just until they dried. And then I'm going to remove that tape from all of it. And then we're going to sand it really good again. And then I'm going to paint it in Dusk by Waverly. And then I'm going to distress like around the sides and up and down and the whole thing. And, you know. And then, oh, dog. Oh, my, oh. I'm going to take that calendar. Brenda sent me that calendar. And, oh, my goodness, look how cute that is. And I'm going to lay it down on my board, and I'm going to trace around it. I did measure the sides out to get it as even as possible. And then, oh my, I'm going to take that cardstock that I got from Walmart. I got that for like $5, you guys, years ago. And I'm going to take my purple glue stick and glue my calendar piece to that because I don't want you to be able to see through the calendar piece. You guys, wait till you see what I did. Oh, my gosh. But I'm just going to, like, cut off, like, 1/2 inch all the way around it. And then I'm going to take Mod Podge, and I'm going to try to keep it within the area that I traced out. And I just wiped it off if I went over. And then I'm going to take some heat tape. What is that called? Oh my goodness. I know what it's called. That, oh my gosh. That heat tape. You know how you lay down a piece of parchment paper and you take your little iron and you go over to reactivate the Mod Podge and no. I did wax paper. Look at my finger tapping like, great, now what? And I was like, oh man, because it like left spots on my picture. And I'm like, oh dude. And it doesn't wipe off, you guys. So I was like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So I just did the whole thing that way, like really heavy. Because it was like after that, because when I first started using the iron, my iron wasn't all the way hot. I just turned it on. But after it got hot, yeah, that wax paper started melting. And so I just did the whole thing. Anyway, and it turned out fine. I know, crazy. I was just so disappointed. But the Mod Podge went on kind of funny. Yeah, after that. So, yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that. And then I'm going to take 4 paint sticks from Miss Rose Turner. Thank you, Rose. And I'm going to paint them in Waverly White Chalk paint. And I'm going to lay out my little sticks here to see where I want them to go. And then I'm just going to take and hot glue them because not on the picture, only because, yeah, because I wanted to sand it and I didn't want it to bump the picture. And because I want to do the same thing I did the sign. And then I'm going to take Aleene's Tacky Glue. And you guys, look how fast this stuff dries. I'm going to glue my frame down. And I went ahead and clamped it. And then I'm going to take this ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I got from Hobby Lobby. I think I got that for like $1.49, you guys. But anyway, I'm going to glue it around the top and the bottom of my sign. Yeah. So by the time I got done gluing that ribbon on, that Aleene's Tacky Glue was dry. I know it says let it cure 24 hours, but you can just continue working. Look, that stuff is amazing. Anyway, and then I'm going to I cut out the little rose leaves off this rubber and transfer from the Dollar Tree. And I just started putting little leaves on my little pumpkin just to cuten it up some. And then, yep. See? Aw, isn't that adorable? I just think it just made it look so much better. And then my sign there has eucalyptus, different kinds of eucalyptus on it. So my picture. So, of course, I'm going to use the same 2 different kinds of eucalyptus on it. Because you guys know I love the eucalyptus. I didn't mean to show you every bit of that, but I did. Sorry. Oh, I used the other rubber and transfer. So, yep, there's the one. I take the 2 wires and I just wrap them together. And then the other one, I pulled off a piece of eucalyptus and I'm going to glue, I'm telling a lie. I glue them onto the wires from the opposite ones that I twisted together. Anyway, and I got that white burlap last year from Dollar General, you guys. I wish I'd gotten more of it. And I'm just going to do the awareness, ribbon, just cinch it in the middle and tie it with a piece of jute. And then I'm going to dovetail those. And then this I got from Hobby Lobby too, you guys. And if I'm not mistaken, I got it for $2.49. But I'm going to make a Kathyjodiys bow, that crazy bow. And it's a double loop. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends of it. And then, I glue down my eucalyptus. And I put a piece of tape there, masking tape, to help hold it. And until it dried. And actually, I put 2 pieces. And then I'm going to hot glue down my bows. And then I'm going to take and hot glue a little pumpkin in between, in the center there. And then I have 2 wee tiny leaves that I'd cut out for something. And I glued them on my little pumpkin. And here it is, you guys. And I think this is just too cute. And it's very, very big. It's large and in charge. Woo-woo. Go big or go home, girls, right? Yeah. Anyway, look at my little scarecrow there. I love him. I know. Anyway, but that's very pretty. I do like it. Okay, y'all. Here's a book that I apparently started to do something with some time ago. And didn't finish it. But I'm just going to sand it down. Looks like I painted it. And I found the center the best I could. And look, you guys, please use Mod Podge. I used the purple glue stick because I was in a hurry. And I just got this thing finished like right before I am editing this. And, yeah. So, and then I end up having to take hot glue and glue pages together. And it's just like, oh, man. So, yeah, use Mod Podge and glue it all together really good. So, I mean, you don't have to glue like every page, but usually if you hit it with Mod Podge, it'll go through a couple pages. But and there I traced out one of them wood ovals from the Dollar Tree, and I like to like cut like that when I'm starting in strips, then try to just start cutting around it to get pieces out. And then after I cut it like that, then I cut out the shape. And then I start pulling pieces out of my picture. And also, I usually find a designated place. Like, I know how deep I want to go, and I bookmark it. And I did do that. And I forgot to show you guys and forgot to tell you guys that before I started doing all this. But right here, I'm just trying to clean it up. And I like to lay my blade sideways and have a new blade, too, you guys, cutting that. Lay my blade sideways and like scrape off all that extra stuff. And this time I had to scrape off hot glue because I made a mess with hot glue. I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. And then I like to take, oh no, oh goodness. Then take my finger sander and I'm going to sand it down real well. And that's going to make it look probably the best that it's going to. But with Mod Podge, it doesn't usually look as bad, you know. But anyway, I got that little sign from the Dollar Tree a while back. And it was from one of them Family Dollar Tree mix stores. Yeah, I don't like those very well. But anyway, I'd already painted it white. And I'm going to take that. That napkin is so pretty. And it only had one ply, but Miss Wanda Cruz sent that to me. Thank you, Wanda. And I'm just going to cut out the size I need. Isn't that pretty? Oh, sorry. And I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. Oh, and here, I'm going to Mod Podge. I'm using dishwasher safe Mod Podge, but it's only because I was too lazy to get up and go across the room and get the other. Yeah. I got kicked out again. It's kicked me out 4 or 5 times now, you guys. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Mod Podge on half of it. I picked that up and wiped that up because I didn't want to lay my napkin in it. And then I lay down upon my napkin. Now, if it's really, really small, I'll lay down the whole napkin, but seldom do I ever. Almost always do it in pieces if I don't use the iron method. But I take a piece of saran wrap and rub my wrinkles out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put Mod Podge on the rest of it and lay it down there. And don't use the same spot on your saran wrap that you did. Flip it over because it will stick to it and become tacky and tear your napkin. And there I'm just folding it and dabbing and rubbing all the wrinkles out that I can, you guys. I think it did end up having one. And after it's done drying, I'm going to take my finger sander and sand off all the excess. Most of y'all know all this, but there's new people coming along, and you ones have been with me for a while. You're like, oh, I know what to do, but some people don't, you know, and they're just watching, so I got to, you know, make sure I tell them too. Not trying to bore anybody to death. But anyway, then I go ahead and coat it with another coat of Mod Podge. And then I do, yeah, the inside of my book there like I should have done begin with and probably would have gotten done just as fast. And I do the side pages and the top page there and stuff. But I'm going to put 2 pieces of parchment paper down so it doesn't stick to it. And then I'm going to hot glue my little round piece right there. And then I'm going to hot glue the whole thing together. Bam! There we go. And then, apparently I had a spot that needed glued. I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax and I'm going to distress it. Of course, you know I am. You guys don't have to distress yours, but I did. And I wanted to put fairy lights in it, but I forgot. But I'm going to do the Mr. Miyagi, of course, wax on, wax off. And I'm going to do the entire book. And I like the color that it was on the inside anyway. It was like a bluish color that is on everything for fall this year. Yeah. So that's what I did. I thought okay. And then here I'm going to take some raffia and I'm cutting it up. And I take some of this weird moss that I got from Joann's when I couldn't find any Spanish moss. And that stuff is weird. But I'm going to tear down that raffia. Ignore my fingers because, like I said, I was pushing 10. And I'm going to hot glue that raffia down in the bottom. And then I'm going to hot glue all that moss. And you guys, seriously, burnt myself 20 gazillion times doing that. And I just keep adding it until I get how much I like. And then I'm going to take this little pumpkin. And maybe I should have used a lighter pumpkin. But I just kind of like that color, that burgundy. Because it kind of matched the leaves and stuff. And I also thought I was going to use a gourd and a little ear of corn. And it didn't work. It wasn't in the cards for the gourd and corn. You guys remember that scarecrow I made last year? And his head was a Gordon. I named him Gordon. Anyway, oh my goodness, you guys. I met another subscriber at a different Dollar Tree. It's just really, really cool that I'm just running into people. And it kicked me out again. Anyway, her name was Penny Adams, and she was so sweet, you guys. An RN. She worked near there. I don't know why I'm telling you all of her business, but you know. And then I made a new friend, which is now a new subscriber named Kim. So it was just a good day, you know. But like I said, if you ever see me out, say hi. I want to meet you guys. Anyway, I just couldn't believe that I met somebody else. It was really, really neat. So I'm just taking little pieces here, and I'm going to make like a wreath up and around, like a hat. You know what I mean? Up and around my pumpkin there. Oh my goodness, Danny Steinmeier sent me these, and I knew she had sent them, and I couldn't find them, and I was on this hunt for them, and finally found them, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. But I'm going to take that branch there looking thing that had them big old giant acorns from Dollar Tree on it, and I'm going to make it look like a little tree. It's got little acorns hanging down off of it. Oh, it's so cute, you guys. And I wish I would have remembered to add the fairy lights because I really, really, really think that would have looked good. But here it is. Oh, my goodness. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love it. Oh, you do. Oh, see, the fairy lights would have made it, like, pop more. Do you guys like it, too? I hope so. Okay, y'all, this is the last one, and yeah, this is just, y'all's going to be like, what was the matter with you? What were you thinking? I don't know. So, we had to use one of these things, a sink mat or a bath mat that goes in the tub, and I had 4 of these, so I took super glue and hot glue, and I glued, well, right now I'm just using hot glue. Don't ask me. I get smarter later, wiser, well, we'll see. And then I wanted 6 squares apart. Yeah, I know, right? It's a bath mat, for Pete's sake, so I don't know how to explain it very well. And those square dowel rods, I had planned on using skewers and doing something else, but then it was just too late and I didn't have all the stuff. So I was like, what am I going to do? So I did this. And yeah, sorry. Anyway, and I used super glue and hot glue to glue it together. And here in a minute, I get smart and I just put super glue all the way down it, not just in dots. And then I put hot glue on the very ends. Because see there, I tacked it with hot. Don't do that, you guys. Because this thing is just, yeah, see, I'm doing little dots of super glue. I don't know what I was thinking. Just do as I say, not as I do. And then I'm doing that because I knew I'd rather get burnt by hot glue than get super glue stuck on me. I hate that. Yeah, see, there we go. And then by the time I get to the end, I'm just like running it all the way up to... Anyway, I did that with 2 of them. And then, see that little sign here from Dollar Tree? I forgot to show you all that, but I'd already removed the paper and stuff from it a while back. It's the one that has the little pumpkin on it. And, yeah, and they had them last year. They have them every year, and that's what that is, that little sign. But I'm going to take my big old pouncer here, and I'm going to pounce paint on that sign and the kitchen or sink mat things again, anyway. And I paint both sides of the kitchen sink mat thing. Look, these could be really cute. I had a ton of ideas, but I didn't have time to do it. So I fold them in half there, and then I'm going to take that liquid nail and hot glue, and I'm going to glue my little sign, like right to right there. Yeah. And me, I just wasn't thinking very well. I wasn't thinking stabilize the thing, and I was like, why does that keep coming apart? And then it hits me. Dummy, this is not going to work. So I had to take more, yes, you're going to have to clamp it. More of those square dowel rods and put them in the corners, and they're not painted, so I'm like, yay, nice. So, yeah, and then I just used hot glue for that. And then I go all the way around, and yep, there's another one. And then, yeah, I just want y'all to know what I'm doing here. And there's the other one. So then, this isn't very fall-like, but Like I said, I mean, I'm so late, not any funny. And then I'm going to add the other piece there. I'm just going to hot glue those together. And I'm doing that off frame. And the rest of everything else I did was off frame, and you guys couldn't see. And I'm like, well, there you go. And I cut those end pieces off there. And I let that dry for like 2 minutes. And then I took and stuck a vase in there with a candle in it and some sunflowers and stuff, and you couldn't see them, and the light's actually off there, believe it or not. So I stuck a bunch of those things in it, and there it is at the lantern, and I'm very disappointed in it. Okay, you guys, it looks like that dude from The Simpsons. I don't watch The Simpsons, but what's that? His name's Bob, Sideshow Bob with that crazy hair. It's what that looks like. Anyway, you guys, here's everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you guys so, so very much. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I don't think I'm going to hit my 30,000, but man, we are giving it a go, aren't we? And please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you like the video. And you guys have a wonderful week. Guys, I got this box of goodies. And it's from Trina Thorne. And y'all, I'm going to start with this only because, listen, it's handmade. And it says, please don't drop this. So, oh, Trina, I haven't dropped it yet. But it actually was still in the box because I wanted to wait and show everyone. You guys, look at this. I was like, oh my, oh. Look at this. Oh no. Look. Oh. Can you believe this? I know, I'm going so slow, but look how pretty it is. Oh, wow. I was just like, oh my. Oh my, oh. It just, you guys seeing it, it does it no justice on the camera as to what it really looks like. It is just, it's so pretty. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. And I don't want to use it because I'm afraid I'll drop it. But, and look, there was an ink pen inside of it. Look. Let me show you. I'm telling you, this thing took my breath away. Mama. Hey, Mama. But look at that. Ain't that pretty? I'm assuming you made that too, right? And look, so here it is. I don't want to drop it. It's, okay, Simply Enchanted Designs. There's your, I'll say little cord. There's your cord. Y'all see that? I know, my fingers look awful. But, I looked you up on Facebook and didn't find you. All the pens are refillable. Don't drop pen or tumblers. Oh, no. Don't leave resin items in a hot environment. Okay, color. Don't use harsh. Okay. Don't let soak in water. Okay. Pens are refillable. And contact me with any questions. Anyway, oh, sorry. Look how pretty she is. Look. Oh, she's so pretty. But did y'all see that? Can you guys got her information there? Yeah. I will leave that in the description box. If you guys want a cup or pen or anything made. And look, if y'all could see this in person, y'all totally want to have one made. I'm so scared, Tiffany. I'm so scared. Oh, and it comes with a little straw. A reusable straw. Yeah, I'm so afraid. Oh, no. I don't want to hurt it. Oh, no. I mean, I know if I dropped it on the carpet or something, it'd be okay. But I know if you drop it on the concrete or something, it'd really be bad. But great job, girl. That just is absolutely beautiful. And I do want to... This thing is so heavy. I'll put this in my Bible. Yeah. So, anyway. Okay. I wanted y'all to see that. But, she is also the one... Oh. So sweet. Yeah, I'll put that information in my description box. But she's also the one that sent me these awesome transfers. These things were, like, Remember, I was like, oh, these things are wild. These ones you have to fussy cut. And I was like, I ruined one of them. I know I'm so noisy every time I open this stuff. But, I don't know if all y'all got to see them, but, yeah. So, I ruined one of them. Look, oh, look at them. Oh, look. I know. I love those candles, too, just for, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. And then the, oh, is that the one I ruined? Yeah, I think. No, I think that's the one I was able to use. But look, oh, look at these. I love the little bell. I love that little lantern. I mean, oh, gee whiz. These are amazing. Did you make these too? Did you make these? Let me know. Because that is amazing. Yeah. And she sent me, look at the little card she made me. Anyway, with the little transfers. I know, so sweet, you guys. You guys are like, I love these cards.